What's going on, my trainer club? Today we're going to check out the top tips to help you max out on the Fighting and Giratina event going on in Pokemon Go right now. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you excited to get out and hunt some fighting shinies? Are you excited to get out and hunt some shiny Giratina altered form? So in regards to the Aber Day, it obviously has been postponed, as well as St. Louis. And unfortunately, I'm pretty bummed about that because I was really looking forward to meeting you guys and playing with you guys in the St. Louis event. And my thoughts as to should you refund your passes. In my personal experience, every time I have experienced anything in Pokemon Go that has not gone Niantic's way, they have overly compensated to be able to make up for whatever that is. So when in the first Go Fest there, everybody's like, oh, it was catastrophic. But in reality, for me, it was probably the most fun I've had at any of the Go Fests, because not only did they produce all the spawns citywide, they gave us free legendary catches for 48 hours throughout the entire weekend for us to literally go and get free Lugia and Articuno candy. So the same thing is going to happen here. I am fully confident that there is no reason to panic. Anybody that has ordered any of the merchandise, it will be coming to you very soon, so that you guys can go ahead and hold on to that. So when the event does come, we are already prepped and ready to go. Now we are going to get into my top 5 tips to make sure you guys are ready to max out on the fighting event. And then at the end, we are going to check out the Giratina altered form counters to make sure you have everything you need to go. So the details of the event. The event is going to go from right now all the way until Monday at 10 p.m. So you have a total of 4 days to get after this. We're going to have boosted fighting type Pokemon in the wild. We're going to get boosted Stardust from the Go Battle League, and we're going to be able to battle up to 7 times in the Go Battle League. Not only that, we know that the shiny Timburr is out, very crucial, which is going to go into Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr is actually going to be a really solid Pokemon. At the Ultra League, it's going to be a 0, 15, 12 at level 28. And in the Master League, it's obviously going to be a 15, 15, 15. In the Ultra League, it's going to be 80. And in the Master League, it's going to be ranked 31. So definitely a Pokemon you want to check out. And the 100% IV for the Timburr is going to be 751 under normal conditions. And then since it's fighting, it's going to get boosted in the cloudy weather for a 100% IV at 939. We also have the help you play from home because the Aber Community Day was postponed. 1 coin, just 1, for 30 incenses. So make sure to go into the box and capitalize on that. We're going to have increased spawns. We're going to have half incubator distances when you use your incubator on eggs. So make sure to go ahead and use that. But save your 10-kilometer eggs. Perfect time to start stacking up for the next weekend, which is going to be a great tip. And then we're also going to be getting gifts more frequently from the Pokestops. So send as many as you possibly can out and take this time in between events to make sure to level up with all of your friends that are not all the way to best friends, or if you have best friends and you're trying to hit lucky friends, great time to do this as well. So we're going to start off tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to focus around the wild Pokemon. Make sure to catch as many and Primeape as many fighting Pokemon as you possibly can. We're going to go over the 100% IVs over all of the Pokemon at the end as far as the Go Battle League, because it is definitely a lot. So if you want to see the 100% IVs, you're going to want to check out the end of the video, because we're going to go over all the raids, which ones you're going to need to drop down and everything like that. But we have Machamp spawning in the wild, which if it's not for the Master League, it's going to have a low attack, high defense and stamina. We're going to look for the Makuhita. The Meditite is actually going to be a 100% IV. All 3 of those guys do have shiny potentials. Mankey into Primeape, which actually a pretty decent PvP contender, is also going to have a shiny potential as well. But the wild spawn Pokemon are going to have the potential, especially when it's not cloudy, to be able to get us into the perfect stats for us. I always go ahead and I search through all my stats of my Pokemon just by appraising and then clicking right through all of the recent Pokemon that I have caught, and then I go ahead and select and delete. And if you do need to trade any of these guys or trying to get luckies, such as Machamp, and you want to power it up for the Master League, you can definitely go ahead and save a bunch and then mass trade with people to try to hit as many luckies as possible. And the goal is 15, 15, 15 for the Master League, which is going to lead us to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to focus around sending gifts to people. You want to try to rank up as many as possible, utilizing these half incubator distances to make sure you're cleaning out all of your eggs and keeping 10-kilometer eggs. Remember, Monday is also going to cycle through Adventure Sync. So you want to hit at least 50 kilometers, and you want to have 2 egg spots open on Monday at 9 a.m., which is going to give you an increased amount of Stardust, and it's also typically going to kick out 2 eggs, 1 5K, 1 10K. Typically, it can not kick out a 10K, but the potential could be there. And then you're going to save these eggs all hopefully 9-10 kilometer eggs until next Friday, which is going to be 2 times the amount of stardust hatching from eggs. So that's going to be huge. We're definitely going to use star pieces and we're going to walk all those eggs at the same time. So that's a foreshadow tip, which is going to bring us to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be hunt Giratina altered form as much as possible. Number 1, because the shiny is out. Number 2, it is an absolute tank in the Ultra and the Master League, which will come up in 2 weeks. So you guys want to make sure you are ready, stacked to go on this as much as possible. Make sure to know exactly what you need and what you are looking for. But now we're going to go over the counter guide to make sure you have everything set up to take down this Pokemon. It is going to be a dragon and ghost type Pokemon. So it's very tanky. It's got some awesome moves. However, it's also going to be weak to the same typing. It's going to be weak to Ghost, Dark, Fairy, Ice, and Dragon combination, 5 weaknesses. And it's also going to be strong against Ghost, Psychic, and Dragon as well, which is pretty crazy. It has a max CP of 3379 at 100% IV, and if you are using this in the Master League, you may consider using this Pokemon as a buddy to boost it up to be more effective. As far as the 100% IVs, 1931 is going to be the level 20 100% IV, and then boosted in the foggy weather and the windy weather because it's Ghost and Dragon. We are looking at 2414. So not only do you want to raid this Pokemon, you also want to stack up a lot because you're going to want to trade it to try to drop the attack, raise the defense and stamina, and you can only do that once per day. So this is one of those Pokemon that I would suggest having a stockpile. And if you're not doing lucky trades, this would be a great Pokemon to trade for with some friends to try to get the ideal Ultra League stats if you plan to use it. Getting into the top counters, number 1, because it's not going to be weak to Dragon, although it does take not resisted Dragon, it's just not going to be weak to Dragon. It's going to be Dialga with the Dragon Breath and the Draco Meteor combination, but if you have been using one for the Master League, you should have one boosted out. Next, we're going to have Garchomp. Garchomp is going to be Dragon Tail and Outrage combination. And then we have Palkia with Dragon Tail, Draco Meteor, followed closely by the Giratina Origin form with the Dragon Tail Shadow Ball combination. Shadow Ball is a boss ghost move, and this Pokemon is very, very powerful as well. And then we have the Darkrai with the Snarl and the Shadow Ball combination, followed by the Haxorus. I wouldn't suggest powering one up if you haven't, or evolving a good one, because it could have a community day at some point or another. But the moveset would be Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw. Then we have Salamence with the community day move of Dragon Tail, Outrage combination. Outrage is going to make it a more effective Pokemon, one of the top dragons in the game. And then we have the Rayquaza with the Dragon Tail, Outrage combination. However, remember, dragons are weak to dragons, so you're going to want to be cautious using these Pokemon against it. And then we have the Dragon Claw on the Latios, followed by the Gengar with the Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball combination. And then we have Mewtwo with Psycho Cut, Shadow Ball. However, Mewtwo is Psychic, so it's going to be weak to any of the Ghost type moves. Then we have the Hydreigon with Dragon Breath, Dragon Pulse, followed by the Dragonite with the Dragon Tail, Outrage combination. And then we have the Mamoswine with the Powder Snow, Avalanche combination, and the Latias with the Dragon Breath, Outrage combination. However, it's Dragon and Psychic, so it's definitely going to be a little bit more weak. But then we also have the Bite Crunch T-Tar. And if you guys want to pause and check out any of the other counters, make sure to do that as we are finishing up here. But now we're going to get into the raids. What are the 100% IVs for the raid bosses that you need to go after? What are going to be the Pokemon Go PvP 100% IVs? And how do you maximize on these Pokemon? Because you're going to have to trade them to drop the attack, raise the defense and stamina. So now we're going to go over all of that information to make sure that you have it right now. Getting into the Go Battle League, we want to check out the 100% IVs. Number 1, we have the Machamp, which is going to be ranked 35, Counter, Dynamic Punch, Ice Punch. That's going to be a level 40, 100% IV, 15, 15, 15. Next, we're going to check out the Primeape, which Mankey is. Level 24 and a half is going to be a 1, 15, 15. And then it's going to be a 15, 15, 15 if you choose to use it in the Ultra League. In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 31, Counter, Night Slash, Close Combat. And then in the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 72 with some pretty cool combinations. Next, we're going to check out the Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is super powerful. It's going to be a 20.5 level right after hatch, 0, 15, 15 for the 100% IV in the Great League, and then in the Ultra League it's going to be a 0, 15, 15. Alolan Muck is going to be ranked 34 in the Great League, and then for the Ultra League it's going to be ranked 8 with Snarl, Dark Pulse, and Gunk Shot combination. So that Pokemon really does a number. Next, we're going to check out another wild spawn also in the raids, which is going to be Makuhita into Hariyama. It's going to be a 0, 14, 14, and then it's going to be a 1, 15, 15 for the Ultra League. In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 70, which is a pretty cool. Counter, Close Combat, and Heavy Slam. In Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 24. And then if we're going to go all the way into Master League, which it can go, it's going to be ranked 59 with the exact same moveset. Then we have the Shieldon, which goes to Bastiodon, rank 9, Smackdown, Stone Edge, and the Flamethrower. It's a very powerful Pokemon. It's going to max out level 40, 12, 15, 15, but take into account that you can get it to level 41 with the boost, so it's going to have to drop. Next, we are going to get into 115-14 for the Haunter. Haunter is going to be a very powerful Pokemon, ranked 49 in the Great League with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, and Shadow Punch. This Pokemon delivers a lot, is definitely a little bit glassy. Next, we're going to check out the Whiscash. Whiscash is a super powerful Pokemon. Mud-ground combination is definitely going to get in there. It's going to be a 0-14-13, and it's going to be a rank 7 in the Great League with Mudshot, Mud Bomb, and Blizzard. Next, we're going to check out Clefable. In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 55. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 44. And in the Ultra League, it's going to be maxed out at 15, 15, 15. And in the Great League, it's going to be a 0-13, 15. So obviously, we're going to have to trade all these Pokemon. Next, we're going to check out the Machamp. Machamp is going to be very powerful in most of the leagues, actually. And so typically, since it's going to be in the wild, I would probably suggest not raiding for this Pokemon. I think it's going to be a humongous waste of a raid pass. In the 18.5 level, it's going to be a 0-14-11, ranked 1 for Great League. In the Ultra League, it's going to be a level 31 at 0-15-14. That's why I'm saying it's going to be best to catch this Pokemon in the wild. In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 14. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 10. And then also in the Master League, it's going to be ranked 44. So then the other thing I wanted to point out is that Steelix can be rated for, you want a 15-15-15 at a level 40 for the Ultra League. Next, we're going to have Skarmory. Skarmory 100% IV for PvP is going to be 0-15-14. And that's going to be a rank 21 in the Great League. Air Slash, Sky Attack, Flash Cannon. Definitely a hard Pokemon to go after. And actually in the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 75 with a maxed out all stats 15, 15, 15. And then in the Tier 4, we're going to check out the Snorlax. Great League is going to be ranked 80. In the Ultra League, it's going to start to shine at ranked 18. And then in the Master League, it's going to be ranked 6 as a Shadow, Regular as an 8, Lick, Body Slam, and Earthquake combination. So if we are going to, I'm going to prefer that you use this in the Ultra League. Ultra League stats are going to be ranked 1, 0, 12, 15, 29.5. You're definitely going to have to trade it. And then Master League is going to be ranked 15, 15, 15 for the 100% IV. So you are going to look for a Meta Perfect. Finally, we have Togekiss. Great League, it's going to be ranked 76. In the Ultra League, it's going to be ranked 56, which is pretty good. Charm, Ancient Power, and Flamethrower. And then in the Master League, 100% IV, 15, 15, 15, it's going to be ranked 7. So if we're going to look at, I would suggest Ultra League, it would be 0, 15, 15, because actually you cannot get it into the Great League because it's not going to get low enough. When you catch it, you are catching it above the level that it actually can be in order to qualify for the Great League. So that's going to be half to one that you find in the wild or at a Go Fest preferably. And finally, we have the big boss, Giratina Altered Form. It's going to be Ultra Leagued, Rank 1, Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw, and the Ancient Power. It's going to be a 0, 14, 15 at level 28, so you're definitely going to have to trade this Pokemon as much as possible in order to try to drop it down. So the main thing you can do is just try your best to keep trading it, stock it up as much as possible, try to get that shiny, and trade down to try to get the Giratina Altered to drop. And then it's going to be ranked 3 in the Master League with a 100% IV, 15, 15, so make sure to hunt for that as well if you so choose to use it. I know some of you guys may be out there wondering, why did I not cover some of these other Pokemon? So as far as like the Umbreon, you're going to need it to have Last Resort. As far as the Swampert and Charizard, you're going to need it to have the Community Day moves. So they are not really going to be too effective without it, and I don't think they're worthy to Elite TM. As far as the Piloswine, you could definitely raid for it if you so choose, if you plan to use the Mamoswine. However, Mamoswine can be super effective, but it also does have a good amount of weaknesses as well, with a couple double weaknesses. Cloyster, decent Pokemon, but there are definitely better. And if you're going to go ahead and use the Gardevoir, you could raid for Kirlia. However, you can also catch the Ralts in the wild quite frequently. So I decided to point out those, and anything that's going to be rated for at the Master League level is going to need to be 100% IVs. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to stay healthy out there. Make sure to be the best that you possibly can be. And thank you for tuning in as always. And I appreciate all you guys for being here. All my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, and everybody who takes their subscriptions and support to the next level. I'm going to see you out on the next video. Peace. I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.